Hari Om, so let us start. The objective is to try and go as fast as possible today, as far as possible today, not fast, as far as possible today, so that we try and cover as much as possible. Ideally, I was looking to see if we can complete till 90 this week. So if we do only up till 85 today, we will do 86 to 90 on Sunday. We will do 86 to 90 on Sunday, so that and the chanting as well on Sunday, so that we can complete this up till 90 names of Lalitha Sahasranama Devi. So let us start. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshal Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sinduraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikyamaulisphura Taranayaka Shekaram Smidamukhim Abhinavakshoruham Panibhyam Alipurna Ratna Jashagam Rattotpalam Vibradim Saumyam Ratnagadastharakta Charanam Dhyayet Param Ambikam Dhyayet Padmasanastam Vigasitavadanam Patmapatraya Dakshim Hemabam Pidavastram Karagalidalasat Hema Padmam Varangim Sarvalankara Yuktam Satatam Abhayadam Bhaktanam Bhavanim Shri Vidyam Shantamurtim Sagala Suranudam Sarva Sambat Pradatrim Sakunguma Vilevanam Aliga Chumbikasturikam Samandadidekshanam Sasharajabhavashangusham Ashesha Janamohini Marunamalya Bhushojvalam Jaba Kusmavasuram Jabavedau Smaredambikam Arunam Garunadarangi Dridavashangusha Pushpavana Chavam Animadi Viravridam Mayokai Ahamityeva Vibhavaye Maheshim. Om Parashakti Namaha. Om Parashakti Namaha. Om Parashakti Namaha. So we will go from the 81st till the 85th now, and if we have the time, we will go onwards as well. So we'll start with the 81st name of Lalitha Sahasranama Devi. Om Mahapashupadastragni Nirdhagdasura Sainikayai Namaha. Om Kameshwarasthanardhagda Sabandasura Shunyakayai Namaha. Om Brahmopendra Mahendradi Deva Samsuta Vaibhavayai Namaha. Om Haranetragni Sandagda Kama Sanjeevan Aushadaye Namaha. Om Shri Madbhagavakudaika Swarupa Mukha Pankajaye Namaha. These are the 5 names of Devi that we are going to cover today. We'll start with the first one. Om Maha Pashupatastragni Nirdhagdasura Sainikayai Namaha. Mahapashupatastragni Nirdhagdasura Sainika. That is the name. And we have the Om and Namaha which makes the name complete. Mahapashupatastragni. Now, the literal meaning of this name is that she who burned the armies of the demons in the fire of the missile. The name of the missile is Mahapashupata. Mahapashupata. Mahapashupata is the missile of whom? Of Pashupati. 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 Who is Pashupati? Pashupati is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva. So there are two aspects in creation: the animal creation and the master creation. The animal creation is called as the Pashus, and the master creation is called as the Pati. Yeah. So the person who is the master over the Pashus is called as Pashupati. And who is Pashupati? Lord Kameshwara or Lord Shiva. So what is this Mahapashupata? There are two mantras which are referred to. One is the Mahapashupata mantra and the Pashupata mantra. Pashupata mantra is a simplistic version, and the Mahapashupata mantra is a more complex version. Mahapashupata mantra is the deity of this Mahapashupata mantra is Sadashiva, whereas the deity of Pashupata mantra is Ishvara. So these are the two aspects of this, the two mantras. Both mantras are not the same, both mantras are different. So the fire of this Mahapashupata mantra is the fire of knowledge or jnana. And they say that this fire burns all perceptions of dualities. Whenever there is duality there, because we are moving from duality, the state of duality, which is the state in which the jiva is, and goes to a state of self-realization, where it all becomes one. Yeah. So how is this achieved? This is achieved by the fire of jnana or the fire of knowledge. So the demonic army is the mental impurity that arises from ignorance. So now again, let me remind that we all have to rise and go over this ignorance. So every day we play this game of snakes and ladders, and every day our snake bites and then we come crashing down. So we should make every attempt to keep rising in terms of our state of being an evolved soul. So they say that the Linga Purana says that everything from the Rudras to the Pishajas, Pishaja, ghost, or Pishaja is the unfulfilled souls, unfulfilled Atmas. Yeah, these are the evil spirits. All these are known as Pashus, and Shiva is the protector of all of them, and therefore he is called as Pashupati. So this Mahapashupatastragni Nirdagda, what happened is that Mahapashupatastragni, the fire of the Mahapashupatastra, the astra, that weapon that was used, Nirdagda, this burnt to ashes. Who did this missile burn to ashes? The Asura Sainika. The Asura Sainika, the army of Asuras. So Devi is the person who burned the armies of the demons in the fire of the missile, and the name of the missile is Mahapashupata. Okay, the fire, the Agni coming from Mahapashupata was used to burn what? All the Asura Sainikas. Okay, so that is the meaning of this particular name of Devi. We'll move to the next one. Om Kameshwarastra Nirdagda Sabandasura Shunyaka. Om Kameshwarastra Nirdagda Sabandasura Shunyakayai Namaha. Kameshwarastra. We'll look at it in separate words, the meaning is she who burned and destroyed Bandasura and his capital. The name of the capital is what? Shunyaka. With the mighty Kameshwara missile. So we are talking of missiles. So we are used to missiles. Being in Dubai, missiles are very common for us. We know all what is that? Ballistic missiles. We know what is that other missile? Cruise missile. Yeah. We know drones, everything we know. Because we hear about it every day in Dubai. We've been hearing about it at least for the last probably 35 days or so. We have been hearing about it. The only missile which was very loud, even though it was more powerful, the ballistic missile was not heard much. Why? Because the ballistic missile was being burst above the atmosphere. The cruise missile was flying probably about maybe 4 or 5 kilometers above the ground, and because it was below the atmosphere, we could hear the burst, which is why I think it was on a Monday we heard some very, very loud sounds, because it was cruise missile which was being burst. So we know so much about missiles, but this is something even more intensive. This is the Kameshwarastra. Kameshwarastra Nirdhagda. Kameshwara Astra. Astra means missile. Kameshwaras Astra Nirdhagda, which is completely burned. Sabandasura Shunyaka. Bandasura, along with Bandasura Shunyaka. Along with Bandasura's Shunyaka. Shunyaka is referred to as the capital city of Bandasura. Yeah. In some Lalitha Sahasranama texts, you might come across this as Kameshwarastana Dagda Sabandasura Sainika. That is also heard. So, if it means Sainika, it means that the army was also destroyed by this missile. So, in the fire, the fire was created by whom? The fire was created by Kameshwara. So Devi used this Mahakameshwara missile, and this missile had the radiance of 1,000 suns. Had the radiance of 1,000 suns, and killed the fierce and mighty Bandasura. Yeah. Now, from the flames of this, you can imagine, if you look at it in a real sense, it's like a nuclear bomb. It's like a nuclear bomb because of the amount of energy that was there in that Kameshwarastra. And the entire city of Shunyaka was completely burnt to ashes instantly. And they say that along with women, along with children, along with cattle, and along with wealth, all these were also destroyed by the power and strength of the Kameshwarastra. Yeah, so the famous city, they say that Shunyaka also became Shunya. Shunya means nothing, empty. Nothing was there in that city. Zero, nothing was there in that city as a result of the effect of the Kameshwarastra. Now, there is the commentary which we just spoke about was talking about the fact that women and children and all these, everybody was killed. So immediately the concern that we also have is that how come women were killed? How come children were killed? Wasn't Devi taking care of those people while the missile was being employed? Why were those people not spared in this destruction? Now, the explanation is that when you are in a state of deep sleep, whether in the Nidra state or going beyond the Nidra state, do you know anything about your wife or your husband or your children? No. You are not aware of any of these things. In that state, you are all alone. In that state of deep sleep, you are all alone. So, from that perspective, we should remember that nobody is with us when we sleep. Similarly, in the pursuit of spiritual realization, we are always alone. We are always alone. When we are we go to the temple, and then, in fact, this is very common amongst us Indians. When you go to the temple, they say, please pray for me also when you're going to the temple. Yeah, that prayer that we do for the others, we will do it. But if somebody needs the impact of that prayer, that person has to do it themselves. That is when the impact of the prayer is achieved, not when somebody else prays for you. Yes, we all say Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. It is a generic prayer, but that is different from this. If you are looking for your spiritual progress, you have to take the effort and you have to go in the direction. That is when self-realization will happen. Nobody else can create self-realization for you. The effort has to be singularly yours. Goes back to yesterday's discussion where we spoke about one of Mata Amritanandamayi's bhajan, which is Manasse nin swandamayi orutharumillenulla paramartham eppozhum ariyugani, which basically means you should remember that in your mind, you should remember there is nobody with you. You are all alone in your path, and that path is the path of self-realization. So similarly, when this bomb was dropped, this Kameshwara Astra, the missile was dropped, everybody was killed in the wake of that missile. Everybody was killed, be it children, be it whoever, because everybody is alone. Nobody stays together. Yeah. Kameshwara Astra Nadagdha Sabandasura Shunyaka. The next one. Brahmopendra Mahendra Adi Deva Samstuta Vaibhava. Om Brahmopendra Mahendra Adi Deva Samstuta Vaibhavayai Namaha. Who are these people? Brahma. Brahma is Brahma. Upendra. Upendra is Lord Vishnu. Upendra is Lord Vishnu. Mahendra. Mahendra is Lord Shiva. Mahendra is Lord Shiva. Mahendra Adi. Adi is Ityadi, basically along with, yeah, and others. Deva. Deva, which is all the Devas. Samstuta. They praised, they eulogized Vaibhava, the glory or the grandeur or the power of whom? Of Devi. So, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, other gods, Devas, praised all the powers of Devi. She whose many powers are extolled by Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva and other gods. There is one more interpretation of this very simple name of Devi. They say that Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva and others became aware of the infiniteness and omnipresence of the self only when they praised Devi. So only when the actual praise of Devi happened, it was at that time that all these people realized the strength of Devi, Lalita's Tripura Sundari Devi. We'll move to the next one, the 84th one. Hara Netragni Sandagda Kama Sanjeevan Aushadihi. Hara Netragni Sandagda Kama Sanjeevan Aushadihi. Hara. Who's Hara? We'll come to the split of the names. Yeah. Om Hara Netragni Sandagda Kama Sanjeevan Aushadihi. Aushadiyai Namaha. I'll repeat that again. Let me get that right. Haranetra Om Haranetragni Sandagda Kama Sanjeevan Aushadaye Namaha. Aushadaye Namaha. Okay. She who became the life-giving medicine for Kamadeva, the god of love, who was burnt to ashes by the fire from Shiva's eye. Hara. Hara is, who is Hara? Hara is Shiva. Netra Agni. Netra is eyes. Agni is fire. Yeah. Sandagda. What happened? It was burnt or scorched by, who was scorched? Kama or Kamadeva. Kamadeva is different from Kameshwara. Kamadeva is different from Kameshwara. So Kama was burnt, and when the burning of Kama happened, Sanjeevana Aushadihi. Sanjeevana. Sanjeevana is the life-giving medicine. Aushadhi, medicine. Sanjeevan Aushadhi. So who is Devi? Devi is the person who became the life-giving medicine for whom? For Kamadeva. For Kamadeva. Who is Kamadeva? Kamadeva is the husband of Rati. And because Kamadeva was burnt to death, scorched to death by Lord Shiva, and the Devas came to Devi and told Devi that Devi, this Rati's husband has been burnt to death, so please can you help and revive him. So what she did was, she again glanced at whom? At Shiva. He's only glancing. She doesn't need to do more than glancing. So just imagine the understanding between the husband and wife. So the wife just needs to give a glance and the husband knows. I wish I was such a husband where Jalaja says something and I know what she is trying to imply. I don't think I can ever be that, because I keep telling that you have to keep communicating. You have to open your mouth and say, I can't open your head and look inside your head. I am 100% sure that all the people, the married people here, have the same problem, or their spouses have the same problem. The biggest problem which will happen is you will keep quiet. And when you keep quiet, husband is also lost. He does not know what is running through your head. Yeah. So then he has to ask, what is your problem? What is your problem? Speak up, tell what is your problem. Only if you tell, I will know. And ultimately, finally, you will break up or he will break up and all confusion will prevail. That is what generally happens in most households. I don't know, it happens in my household for sure. I can speak for myself. I don't know about the others, but I'm sure that a percentage of this, everybody is smiling, so that means that a percentage of this is happening in most of these households. Sudhaji is looking down, so she does not want to discuss about it. Okay, so what happened was, Lalita Tripura Sundari just looked at Shiva. With the glance of Shiva, what he did was, Shiva brought, Kama back. Devi created Kama back. Shiva didn't bring Kama back. Devi became the Sanjeevan Aushadhi. Yeah. So there is one commentary that says that the mother is the person who normally consoles the child who is scolded by the father. So the connotation is that the father is a person who gets angry, and the mother is a person who consoles the child more often than ever. And when the father, why does the father scold the child? The father scolds the child because of circumstances. That's what they say. Now they're completely ignoring the fact that father generally has, I don't know, in different houses the situation will be different, but the assumption is that the father has got a temper. So if the father has got the temper, the father decides to scold the child, and then the mother comes and consoles the child. Sometimes it looks like Vaishnavi and Aditi don't agree. I think the mother is a person who scolds more rather than the father. So I think it is an inversal of roles. Yeah, no. Okay. So okay. So this is what is a commentary which is there. Okay. It might not necessarily be the same, but it's just out of jest we are talking about. Now, there is another secret of life in this mantra. And what that secret is there is that the question is, how many people are ready to become Hara? How many people? Who's Hara? Hara is Lord Shiva. How many people are ready to take the role of Hara? There is one verse from the Gita which is quoted, chapter 7 verse 3, which is quoted, which states that Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschid mam veti tatvataha. I'll repeat that. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschid mam veti tatvataha. So this is a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, and what the translation of this verse is that out of thousands of men, only one person strives for attaining the self. Out of those who strive and attain the self and succeed in attaining that self, only one perchance knows me in essence. Lord Krishna is referring to the ultimate reality, which is Lord Krishna. So what he is saying is, out of thousands of people, one person attains the self. Out of thousands who have attained the self, only one person gets to know me. So that is what this is referred to. How many are there in a society ready to attain Hara? To attain that state where you get to know the Supreme Self, the Supreme Goal, which is Hara or Shiva or Vishnu, whichever the form you want to take upon yourself. In this case, it is Hara. Yeah. The key is, one who attains that state truly becomes Hara or Sadashiva. And who is Sadashiva? He has no worldly attachments. Very difficult. He has no worldly attachments. Now, there is one more aspect, which is the aspect, why did Devi recreate Kama? That was the other question. Why did Devi recreate Kama? Kama was burnt by Lord Shiva. Why did Devi bring or act as the Sanjeevan Aushadhi to bring back Kama? Because Devi is the person who is responsible for creation. And for creation to happen, desire is important. And only when desire is there, Kama, only at that point in time will there be creation. Yeah. It is the revival of that Kama that Devi requested, so she became the resuscitating medicine for him. So she is responsible for everything, for governing the entire universe. Devi is responsible. Yeah. So there is a third interpretation also, which is the fact that this Hara has this Netra, which actually does this job of burning. And what does this burn? It burns all the samsara sagara is burnt. Only when that is burnt will you be able to go up in terms of self-realization. To achieve self-realization, you need the burning of of all the evil effects of samsara. Okay, so Hara Netragni Sandagda Kama Sanjeevan Aushadaye Namaha. That is the 84th. We're coming to the 85th, which I think will be the last one for today. Now, we are entering into if you remember, we had the gross body described, and then we were also talking about the subtle aspect of Devi. We had the subtle, subtler, and the subtlest aspect of Devi. So we are starting to discuss the subtle form of Devi. So the 85th name of Devi is Om Srimad Vagbhava Kutaika Swarupa Mokha Pankajayai Namaha. Srimad Vagbhava Kutaika Swarupa Mokha Pankaja. Srimad is divine. Yeah. Vagbhava. Vagbhava, actually Vag is also known as Vak, which is the source of speech. It's like Vagdevada. Saraswati is called as Vagdevada. Yeah. So source of speech or intellect. Vagbhava Kutaika. Now, if you remember, there were three aspects. One was Vagbhava Kuta. Then the next one was Madhya Kuta. And the last one is Shakti Kuta. We covered this long back. There were three aspects of the subtle body. So we are starting describing the subtle body in this one. Srimad Vagbhava Kutaika Swarupa Mukha Pankaja. She whose lotus face is the auspicious Vagbhava Kuta. Yeah. Now, lotus face, Mukha Pankaja. Pankaja is lotus. Mukha means face. Vagbhava Kuta, Swarupa. Swarupa means it is the form, similar or looks like or whatever. Srimad Vagbhava Kutaika Swarupa Mukha Pankaja. So we are starting talking about the subtle body of Devi. Like I said, it has got subtle, subtler, subtlest. So the subtle is Vagbhava Kuta. Vagbhava Kuta starts from the head upwards. The face and the head and the intellect is what is referred to. Devi's intellect is what is referred to in this Vagbhava Kuta. Now, the subtle form of Devi, we spoke about the Panchadasakshari mantra and Sodasakshari mantra. We have covered this, which is the mantra of Lalitha Tripura Sundari Devi. You can achieve Lalitha Tripura Sundari Devi by three forms. If you remember, one is by the chanting the Sodasakshari mantra, or you can do this by praying to the the chakra, the Sri chakra, doing the puja to the Sri chakra. Or the third form is the Lalitha Sahasranama Stotra. These are the three ways of achieving Lalitha Tripura Sundari, getting the grace from Devi. So, in this, we are talking about the Panchadasakshari mantra. We are not going to actually cover the Panchadasakshari mantra. We are only going to talk about the basics of this. To get into the Panchadasakshari mantra, we need to get this trained by somebody who is aware of this. Only then can we actually learn the Panchadasakshari mantra. During the course of our discussions, let me see if I can get hold of somebody who can come and talk to us about the Panchadasakshari mantra and maybe initiate us into the Panchadasakshari mantra. Because it's the Panchadasakshari mantra has got about Panchadasakshari mantra has got 15 syllables. Panchadasakshari mantra, Akshari. There are 15 syllables in this. I can tell you the names of the syllables, or I can pronounce the syllables. Ka, I, la, ha, sa, ka, ha, la, sa, ka, la. These are the 15 syllables, and these are taken as three groups of 4, 5 and 3. 4, 5 and 3. And the last, at the end of the last one, at the Panchadasakshari mantra, you add Hrim at the end of it. Then it becomes 4, 5. It becomes a group of 5, 6 and 4. It becomes 5, 6 and 4, and ultimately it becomes the Panchadasakshari mantra. Yeah, and that is what you have to be initiated into. I am not in a position to initiate anyone into this. You need somebody who's actually mastered this. So let me see if I can find somebody who has mastered this and who can take us through this Panchadasakshari mantra. So the subtle form is represented by this mantra, and you have the first one, which I said, which is the Vagbhava Kutaika. The second one is the next 6 syllables, which is the Madhya Kuta, and the last is the remaining 4 syllables. The Vagbhava Kutaika is referred to as the Devi's face. This is what is called as the first of the 3 subtle forms. The second subtle form is, as we're going down, you will talk about the 3 subtle forms of Devi in the next class. So we'll cover the Madhya Kuta and the Shakti Kuta, and go on further into 2 more names, Mula Mantratmika, Mula Koda Traya Kalevara, and Kulamrita Rasika. We will do this on Sunday, which will help us complete 90 names of Devi. So thank you all for being a part of this journey, because it's a journey of discovery for every one of us. It's not a journey for you alone, it's a journey for me as well, because I am also learning on a daily basis. And as a result of this, like I have said, my lifestyle has changed significantly. Quite a lot of things have changed. We used to spend a lot of time sitting in front of the television watching nonsense, watching IPL, watching Netflix, Prime, all the other wonderful things which are absolutely brainless, which is, I remember when, what is that, when TV and all these channels came, Mata Amridandamai turned around and said, it is not television, it is televisham. She said it is not television, it is televisham. Visham is poison because of the content of what was happening there. It's another story that Mata Amridandamai started a TV channel herself, which is called as Amrita TV. The only difference was that there was no televisham in that. There was actual proper content which was meant to reach out. It was a great way to reach out to a much wider audience. So I think probably the English saying makes more sense. If you can't beat them, you join them. So that is what happened, because Amma realized that there is no way that people will stop watching television. The only way is that Amma can get closer to people through that same medium, which is television, and that is what happened. So what we did was we actually stopped our television has come down quite a lot, and we are now more focused on this. We spend, I think, almost about 2 hours on a daily basis doing this study and analysis of Lalitha Sahasranama, which I think is very helpful. And the good thing is, in fact, now here it is coming up to, it's gone past 9:30, and for us, we are able to sleep better. At 9:30, after singing the glory of Devi, and you turn into bed, sleep is better. Sleep is better. Much more, we are praying and sleeping. So I think that's a great thing that is happening. So I hope we all continue onwards in our journey up till the 1,000 names are completed. We have almost completed 10%, so it's not bad. Almost 10% of the 1,000 names. All right, so let's close. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Om Lokaha Samastaha Sugino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sugino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukino Bhavantu Om Shanti 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 Karacharana Kritam Va Kayajam Karmajam Va Shravananayanajam Va Manasam Va Paradam Vidam Avidam Va Sarvameda Kshamasva Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha